Listen, I know exactly how it feels. You have all these words in your head, but the moment you try to speak, you freeze. Your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and you just a broken bar shut down. For years, I thought I was just bad at languages. I thought I missed the boat. But I was wrong. I didn't need a fancy classroom, and I definitely didn't need to spend thousands of dollars on a private tutor. I just needed a smartphone and a new way of thinking. Today, I'm going to break down the exact method, a step-by-step that took me from total silence to speaking fluently. If you stick with me, this won't just be another video you watch. This will be the day you finally start speaking. The origin story, the why. Let's get real for a second. My name is Jennifer, and I'm 22. Growing up in my small town, English was just a subject in school that I ignored. I told myself, I live here, my friends are here, why do I even need this? But life has a funny way of hitting you when you aren't ready. It wasn't a job interview or a vacation that changed my mind. It was something much scarier. My mom got sick, really sick. We had to rush her to a specialist hospital in the city, and the doctor there broken bar. He didn't speak our local language. He only spoke English. He was trying to tell me about her heart, about the tests she needed, asking about her medical history, and I just stood there. I felt like a ghost. I nodded, I smiled awkwardly, but inside, I was screaming. I didn't understand if she was going to be okay. I couldn't ask the questions I needed to ask to protect her. That car ride home, sitting on a cold bench outside, I cried. Not just because I was worried about her, but because I felt powerless. I promised myself right then, never again. I will never let a language barrier make me feel this helpless again. The discovery that night, I was angry at myself. I sat at my desk, feeling totally drained. I grabbed my phone, ready to doom scroll, but then I remembered seeing something about people were talking about how ChatGPT could write essays or code. But I wondered, a broken bar, could it teach me to speak? I didn't have money for a coach. I was too embarrassed to ask a friend. So, I downloaded the app. It was just a blank screen. No judgment, no eyes watching me. I typed my first message with shaking hands. Hi, my English is bad. Can you help me practice simply? I held my breath. A few seconds later, it replied. It didn't laugh. It didn't correct me harshly. It said, "Hello, I would love to help you. We can go at your own pace. You are doing a great job just by starting." That was the moment everything shifted. I realized this wasn't just a robot, it was a safe space. This was the start of a routine that changed my life. Step 1. The morning brain dump. I knew if I tried to do too much, I'd quit. So, I started with a morning ritual. Before I checked Instagram, before I checked the news, I spent 15 minutes with ChatGPT. Here is exactly what I did. I treated it like a diary. I would type out what I did that morning, even if the grammar was terrible. I'd write, "Today I wake up late. I feel tired. I drink tea." Then, I gave ChatGPT a specific instruction. I asked it to fix my mistakes but explain them simply. It would show me, "Hey, wake should be woke because it happened in the past." It wasn't like a textbook where I had to memorize rules. I was learning grammar through my own life. After I got the corrected sentences, I didn't just read them silently. This is the secret sauce. I read them out loud. "Today I woke up late. I felt tired." I said it 5 times. I recorded my voice. I listened to it. For the first time, my mouth was getting used to making these sounds. I wasn't studying English, I was waking up in English. Step 2, the no-pressure conversation. Okay, so I could write a little. But speaking, that was still my nightmare. I needed to practice real conversations without the fear of looking stupid in front of a real person. So, I played a game with the AI. This is honestly the best English speaking practice you can do alone. I told ChatGPT, "Let's role-play. You are a waiter, and I am a customer. Let's order dinner." It would say, "Welcome. Can I see a menu?" I typed back, "I want burger." And it would gently suggest, "Try saying, I'd like a burger, please." We did this for days. We practiced ordering coffee, checking into a hotel, even complaining about a bad service. I literally acted it out in my room. I stood up, pretended to hold a menu, and spoke the lines out loud. By the time I actually went to a cafe tilde copyright, I had practiced that interaction 50 times. I wasn't guessing anymore, I was reciting a script I already knew. Step 3. The nighttime review. Learning something once isn't enough. You have to lock it in. So, I created a night routine. Before bed, I opened a physical notebook, a old school style. I called it my wins journal. I wrote down 3 things: new words I used that day, phrases I fixed, like changing wake to woke, things I was still confused about. Then, I'd go back to ChatGPT and type, "Here is what I learned today. Can you quiz me to make sure I get it?" It would ask me to make a sentence with the new word. This active recall forced my brain to actually hold on to the information. I wasn't just consuming content, I was testing myself. And the most important part? I asked for motivation. I'd tell the I worked hard today, but I feel slow, and it would remind me how far I'd come. It sounds crazy, but that little digital pat on the back kept me going when I wanted to quit. Step 4. Switching the internal narrator. At this point, I had a problem. I was still thinking in my native language and translating in my head. That makes you slow and robotic. I needed to learn how to learn English at home in a way that rewired my brain to think in English. So, I started narrating my life. I'd look around my room and describe it. The table is brown, the fan is spinning, my phone is on the charger. I did this while doing chores. I am washing the dishes. The water is warm. I am drying the plate. If I didn't know a word like spatula or scrubbing, I asked ChatGPT immediately. Then, I leveled up. I started trying to express my feelings. Instead of translating a complex thought, I asked the I feel lazy but I need to work. What is a natural way to say this? It gave me, I'm not feeling it today, but I gotta get this done. Boom. Real, casual, Gen Z English. Not textbook stuff. I repeated that phrase all day until it became my thought. Step 5. Voice training. The mirror method. Here is the hard truth. Understanding English and speaking English are 2 different muscles. My tongue literally felt clumsy. I needed to hit the gym for my mouth. Every morning, I stood in front of the mirror. I looked myself in the eye, which is super awkward at first, trust me, and I introduced myself. "Hi, I'm Liam. I'm getting better every day." I asked ChatGPT for tongue twisters to help with sounds I struggled with, like the R or the TH sound. Red lorry, yellow lorry. 3000 thinkers thought thrilling thoughts. I recorded myself on my phone, listened, and compared it to the I's voice, because the app can read text out loud too. I shadowed it. This means I played the audio and tried to speak at the exact same speed and rhythm. My first recording? Terrible. I sounded scared. My recording after 2 weeks? Clearer, stronger. I kept those recordings so I could hear the proof that I was improving. Step 6. Preparing for the real world. I was getting confident in my room, but the outside world is unpredictable. I was terrified someone would ask me something I hadn't practiced. So, I built an emergency toolkit. I asked ChatGPT to help me prepare for the unexpected. I learned phrases like, "Could you say that a bit slower? Sorry, I'm still learning. Give me a second. Did you mean this or that?" Then, I simulated high-pressure situations. I played YouTube videos of busy train stations or loud coffee shops in the background while I practiced speaking. I trained my brain to focus even when there was noise and distraction. I wrote down every scary scenario I could think of: talking to a doctor, a job interview, asking a stranger for directions. I role-played every single one of them with the I until the fear was gone. I wasn't just learning a language, I was rehearsing for life. Step 7. Embracing the English identity. This is the final and most important step. I realized that Liam was the shy boy who couldn't speak. I needed a new persona. I created English Liam. I asked myself, who is English Liam? He is confident. He is loud. He doesn't care if he makes a mistake. He laughs it off. When I practiced, I didn't just speak words, I acted like him. I changed my posture. I smiled more. I realized that mistakes aren't failures, they are just data. If I said something wrong, I wrote it in my mistake journal, learned from it, and moved on. One night, I was walking home, looking at the stars, and a thought popped into my head. It's such a beautiful night. I didn't translate it. I didn't think about the grammar. It just appeared in English. That was the moment I knew I had done it. If you take one thing away from my story, let it be this. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to move to America. You just need consistency and the right tools. ChatGPT was my tutor, my partner, and my safe space. Start today, not tomorrow. Today. Open the app, type hello, and just begin. If you are ready to finally master this language and change your life, I want you to do two things. First, hit that like button so I know this helped you. And second, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Learn English with Jennifer. We are building a community of people who are done with being afraid and ready to speak up. I'll see you in the next video. Let's get fluent together.